Hey guys, in this video, we are going to be pulling vacant leads from BatchLeads. Hey guys, in this video, we are going to be pulling vacant leads from BatchLeads, my favorite place to pull leads and market to motivated sellers online. Let's jump in. Now, if you are already using BatchLeads, then you rock. And if you are not already using BatchLeads, head on over to batchleads.io/Dave. And this is going to give you guys a free 7-day trial of the software that I'm about to use in this video. Not only do you get a 7-day free trial, but they are going to give you 5,000 property leads for free, right? 5,000 records for free for you to kickstart your real estate investing ventures. All right, so we have headed over here to BatchLeads portal, right? So I have logged in to my BatchLeads account. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to list search. All right, this is the top tab up here below dashboard over on the left side of my screen. Next, what I want to do is I want to do a search for St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri is where I live and where I do the majority of my investing. All right, so as you can see here, it is pulling up St. Louis, Missouri here on the map. All right. Now from here, if you notice at the bottom of the screen, you have these quick filters and you can toggle these quick filters on and off. And these quick filters are going to show expired listings. They're going to show unknown equity. They're going to show free and clears and all of these different things in here. And I'm kind of in the way blocking some of these over here, but vacants is actually right where my head is, right? So if I click on vacants, it is actually going to pull up 19,000. You can see here in the top of the screen, 19,324 properties that are going to be vacant properties in the St. Louis, Missouri area. So that's just the quick filters, right? So that is obviously one option for you if you want to use those quick filters. Personally, I like to choose boundaries, right? So you can do so by clicking up at the top and on boundaries. So I'm actually going to clear my results here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a boundary search. All right. So what we'll do is we're going to go back to my St. Louis area, and that's going to be right over here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and basically just try to get this map, nice and centered here in my market. So whatever market you are deciding to do your marketing in, select your own market. My market is St. Louis, and I am typically looking for properties that I can purchase to fix and flip, to add to my rental portfolio. And if you know anything about me, we do a lot of wholesaling too, but I'm really more interested in finding vacant properties today for rentals, right? Rental properties and or properties that I can fix and flip. And then any lead that comes in the process, we're going to wholesale. That's the beautiful thing about wholesaling is, we kind of cherry pick the best deals. We save the best for ourselves, and then we just go and wholesale everything else, right? So if you click on the boundary area here, you can see at the top, there's a toggle between the hand and the square, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the square, and I'm basically going to click all of these properties in, let's see here. That's probably too big. So let's just do this Chesterfield, Baldwin, and Ellisville area. And that's probably even too big there. Gotta slow it down here. There we go. Let's do this. So this will give me Chesterfield, Ellisville, and Baldwin. I'm going to select that area, and then I'm going to go back over to, I gotta select it first, Dave. Come on, here we go. We're gonna select that area, and then we're gonna select the search button. Now what this is going to do here is this is going to pull up 77,000 704 properties that are located within that boundary. All right. Next, what I can do is I can collect just the vacants by using the quick filter option. Or what I can do is I can actually select filter up here at the top, and I can then search for these. So we already have the vacancy status, and let's see, any status, property is vacant or mailing vacant. I'm going to go ahead and select that the property is vacant. Now over here on the right side, you're going to see the legend, right? And the legend is very, very important because it will help you see what you're searching for, right? So my classifications, I want it to be residential. I want my my property type to be single family, and that's probably it. I guess I could do some small multis. I don't really like townhouses or cluster homes. Not really a huge fan of condos. Let's see here, recreational over here on the classifications. I'm going to leave that as residential. Okay. From there, I have one property type for single family, and I have my classification as residential. You could add or remove this as you see fit. Occupancy status, I have any status, owner occupied, absentee owner, absentee in state, or absentee out of state. I don't really care about the occupancy status because I'm really looking for properties that are vacant. That's kind of the goal today, and of course for this video. Next, I could filter in my bed and my bath, or my square footage, or my year built, number of units, all of these things you can use to filter in. I don't typically like houses that are less than 800 square feet, so I am going to put a minimum at 800 square feet. Next, I want to go over to my MLS status, and I want to put my market status to no. And what this does is this is going to take out any and all properties that are listed on the MLS. As a real estate investor, I want to go direct to seller. I want to find off-market properties. I do not want to waste time with listed properties because the agent has most likely already convinced the seller that they're going to go to work for them and get them the most amount of money. And as an investor, I am not. Let me reiterate and emphasize. I am not trying to pay the most amount of money for a property, right? I am trying to get a property at a discount. So I'm always going to select my market status as no. Okay. Next, what I want to do is I want to go down to my valuation and equity, and I want to put my estimated equity percentage at 30%. So you can see here I have a property status of vacant, classification residential, property type single family. My square foot is minimum of 800, my MLS status to no, and my estimated equity is set to 30% minimum, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click apply filter. And over here on the right side, as this is loading, this is going to filter out all of the properties that don't meet that criteria. So it looks like I basically, in the box that I had drawn, because again, I'm using the boundary search versus the location search. In this boundary search, I have pulled 404 properties, right? Now, this was a boundary that I had selected in the Chesterfield area that you saw earlier in this video. And again, I used my filter to filter out some of those things, right? So again, single family, minimum of 800 square foot, off market with 30% equity, right? And that's really it. That's it. It's that simple, guys. Don't overthink, pulling your list of properties. I like vacant houses because typically the seller, has a high level of motivation. Not always, but typically, right? We are presuming that they are going to have a high level of motivation. So now that I have my 404 properties found, what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of these properties, okay? And then I'm going to click add. And then from here, I'm going to create a new list, and this new list will be, vacant properties in Chesterfield. I can't spell. Here we go. Chesterfield and basically Ellisville. And I can select a tag for vacant. And this is 404 properties that I just found via BatchLeads. And guys, if you use the free trial, that's probably a link below this video, or you can go directly to batchleads.io/Dave. You can actually go pull 5,000 property records for free. And in this scenario, I'm only pulling 404 property records. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click save. It's going to add this to a new list that I just labeled vacant properties, Chesterfield and Ellisville. And I added it in a tag. You don't necessarily have to add in the tag, but I would recommend, anytime you pull properties, to add them to a new list just for ease of use. So it says saving 404 properties that are the vacant properties. Again, that's the list name that we were just talking about, and I will get notified once this is complete. All right, now that I've pulled my list of vacants out of the list search area, I'm gonna head on over to the properties area. So that's just the next tab over here on the far left side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to filter, and I'm gonna select up here list to include. And from there, I'm going to scroll down to my vacant properties, Chesterfield and Ellisville, and I'm going to click apply filter. Next, I'm going to click this box up here in the top left corner, and that is going to select all. Now you'll notice 308 are selected, and I actually pulled about 404, give or take. And the reason is because about 100 of these properties were already in my system. So even though I pulled a new list of about 400 properties, only 308 of them actually got added to the list because the rest of these properties were already in my system on other lists, right? So that is why you don't always get the same amount. Now, if you are brand new and you've never pulled a list and you're not doing any type of list stacking or anything like that, you would get all of those properties. But in this scenario, I got 308 properties. Next, what I want to do is I want to select all, which I've done. And then I want to go over to my actions and I want to skip trace, right? Skip trace is going to get me those phone numbers, get me those email addresses of the property owners, so I can then reach out. And I'm going to use BatchLeads to SMS them. I'm going to export that skip trace list. I'm going to add it into Batch Dialer so my cold callers can reach out to them via phone. We're going to text them. We're going to cold call them. We might even send some direct mail to them as well, guys. It's so incredibly simple using BatchLeads. So it says that of these contacts, it looks like only 77 records are new records in this scenario. And at 10 cents a skip trace, this is only going to charge me $7.70 to actually skip trace the new records, the 77 new records that aren't on this list. That's how I pull my leads of vacants in a particular area using BatchLeads, guys. This is so incredibly simple. I highly recommend you check out BatchLeads. I've been using it for, maybe a year and a half at this point. I absolutely love it. Again, batchleads.io/Dave. Not only will that give you a 7-day free trial, but you will also get access to pulling 5,000 property records for free. I cannot emphasize enough how much I absolutely love using BatchLeads, guys. That's how you pull property records. It's that simple. Go check it out for yourself. Take advantage of that 7-day free trial and go get some leads so you can go buy some off-market properties at a discount. Let's do it.